Prejudice rarely introduces itself as hatred. Usually it sounds much more ordinary. People like that are always, they don't belong here. I would never trust someone who. Sometimes we begin building a wall before we even notice what we are doing. And if I am honest, it is much easier for me to see prejudice in someone else than to recognize it in myself. This is a reflection on the fifth principle presented by Abdu'l Bahá in Paris, the Abolition of Prejudices. Abdu'l Bahá did not describe prejudice as a small social problem. He described it as a sickness that has led to hatred, bloodshed, and war. Religious prejudice, racial prejudice, political prejudice, national prejudice. They may look different, but they all tell us the same lie, that some people matter more than others. We learn a person's label before we learn their story. We see race, religion, nationality, or politics, and we think we already know who is standing in front of us. But do we? This becomes even more troubling when prejudice enters religion. Every great faith teaches love, mercy, and care for others. Yet people have often used religion to condemn, exclude, and harm. That makes me wonder whether the real test of faith is what we call ourselves, or how we treat someone whose beliefs are different from ours. Abdu'l Bahá asks us to look at our own shortcomings before judging the faults of others. We do not know where another person's life may lead. Someone we dismiss today may change in ways we never expected. Someone we admire may later lose their way. We simply do not know the whole story of another heart. Then Abdu'l Bahá gives us this direct and difficult sentence. We have no right to look upon any of our fellow mortals as evil. I have to sit with that. It does not mean pretending that harmful behavior is harmless. It does not mean abandoning justice or good judgment. It means refusing to believe that one label, one failure, or even one terrible act tells us everything a human being can ever be. But Abdu'l Bahá asks for more than simply withholding judgment. When we find someone who has fallen into misery, he tells us to take that person by the hand, help them regain their footing and their strength, guide them with love and tenderness, treat them as a friend, not as an enemy. That is much more demanding than tolerance. It asks me to notice when I am making assumptions, to ask where my assumptions came from, to listen before I decide that I already understand, and perhaps to take a step towards someone I have learned to avoid. I cannot remove every wall in the world. None of us can. But I can stop adding another stone. I can question the judgment forming in my mind. I can speak when someone is being treated as less human. I can choose not to pass an old prejudice to another generation. So here's the question I am left with. What prejudice, perhaps one I barely notice, might love be asking me to surrender? Maybe peace begins there, not only between nations or religions, but within the human heart, within mine, and perhaps within yours.